So you're following the keto diet, but you're getting all these cravings for carbohydrates, and it's very difficult for you to stay on course to produce the ketones and burn fat. In this video, I'm gonna break down 7 ways to crush those keto cravings so you could stay in ketosis and not even worry about the sugar or the carbs. Stay tuned. Hey keto camper, Ben Azadi here, certified functional health practitioner, best-selling author, and I'm on a mission to educate 1 billion people. I know that transition into burning fat from burning sugar, it could be a difficult one. You have those donuts in the workplace, the free luncheons they're giving you, and all that food, all those carbohydrates, it's not aligned with your new keto diet. So what do? Do you give in to the temptation? Do you let your brain get the best of you? Do you let these cravings get the best of you? Or do you stay on course because discipline equals freedom? I'm gonna make this very easy for you to make that transition into ketosis so you can just own those cravings, own it for good, kick it to the curb, and you can get all the amazing benefits of the keto diet. So in this video, you're gonna learn 7 ways to do so. Number 7 on this list is probably the most powerful way. It ties everything together. The first 6 are great, but if you don't have number 7, it won't work as well. So make sure you stay tuned for number 7. Let's get into the first way to crush your keto cravings. Cinnamon. Cinnamon does a great job at regulating your blood sugar. A lot of type 2 diabetics, they use cinnamon capsules, they put cinnamon in their food because it helps regulate their blood sugar. And I want you to understand this because throughout this video, I'm gonna give you tips on how to regulate your blood sugar, and the more you could regulate and balance your blood sugar, the less cravings you're gonna have, because spikes in blood sugar and insulin, and then those drops in blood sugar and insulin result in cravings. So all the items on this list help you balance your blood sugar and always equal that to kicking your cravings to the curb, okay? So we know that the polyphenols in cinnamon activate your cell receptor sites. You see me draw these circles all the time, but if you haven't seen my videos, I draw them all the time. We're made up of 70 trillion cells. Every cell has these receptor sites on them. When you take cinnamon, it activates your receptor sites to take in some sugar from the bloodstream and put it into your cells to kind of satisfy that glucose hit without actually eating food. So it's a great way to feed your cells a little bit of some glucose from your blood. Secondly, this amazing study from UC Davis showed that it was just as effective, cinnamon was, as type 2 diabetic medication. In fact, cinnamon showed a 5% effective rate, and so did the diabetic drug. Pretty cool. Cinnamon has been used for thousands of years. It's been around for a very long time. It scores very high on what's called the ORAC score, which is a scale of how much antioxidants are in a specific compound or a specific food. And cinnamon is number 7 on this list. So it's very high in antioxidants, helps regulate blood sugar, tastes pretty good as well. And there's multiple studies, not just the one from UC Davis, but there's 3 other studies that I'm gonna cite down below that shows cinnamon is powerful at regulating blood sugar, which also helps with your cravings. So cinnamon is definitely on my list. How do you consume this cinnamon? I recommend getting 1 tablespoon and putting it in your coffee, in your black coffee, putting it in your tea. And you could even take cinnamon capsules. Just make sure it comes from a high quality brand. This is a great way to teach your body to regulate blood sugar. So number 1, cinnamon. Let's go on to the next item on this list. Number 2, FENUGREEK. FENUGREEK is a very popular herb. A lot of Ayurvedic practitioners use this, and it has many benefits to it, but we're gonna relate its benefits to managing your cravings, crushing your cravings, managing your blood sugar. It's high in trace minerals and antioxidants. Okay, so it's great for the keto diet because we lose a lot of trace minerals, we lose a lot of electrolytes, and this will be a great way to help get back in there. And it has antioxidants, which helps bring down inflammation. All good things. But here's the thing, here's how it works when it comes to your keto cravings. A study showed that FENUGREEK delayed the onset of diabetes in those patients in this study. Okay, so those taking the FENUGREEK, it delayed the progress of the diabetes. It actually helped with their blood sugar. In fact, the study showed the control group that was not taking the FENUGREEK had a 4.2 higher chance of getting diabetes than the patients that were using the FENUGREEK, which shows that it's powerful at regulating blood sugar. So how do you use it? Well, you could add it to your sauteed veggies. I always talk about eating a lot of green leafy vegetables on the keto diet, lightly sauteing them with some olive oil. Now throw in some FENUGREEK and it'll help you with your sugar cravings. On to the next one. Number 3, cloves. Cloves are a spice that is typically found in Asia, and it's been proven to significantly decrease your cravings. In fact, the study showed that there was a significant decrease in blood sugar and blood glucose, which means more stable blood sugar, which means you have control over your cravings. And study after study is showing the benefits of cloves and what it does to regulate our blood sugar levels. This is amazing information because we're not talking about medication here and drugs. We're talking about actual spice that helps regulate blood sugar. So cloves have a strong, sweet kind of flavor. I recommend throwing them into your keto baked goods. So whatever you've been doing, keto fat bombs, keto cookies, keto brownies, throw these cloves into your keto baked goods. It's gonna help you crush those keto cravings for sugar and bad carbohydrates. Number 4, ginseng. Ginseng is actually the most widely used herbal medicine in the entire world, and it's been used for a very long time because it's been shown and proven to help with blood sugar, and also it's an antioxidant, which helps with inflammation. There was a study that showed that it lowered postprandial glucose in the blood. What does that mean? Your blood sugar that spikes after you eat a meal, it showed that it lowered it. Okay, that means you're not going to crash after you have a big meal. So when you eat a meal on your keto diet and you feast it up the way I recommend it, if you're having some ginseng tea beforehand or after, it's gonna help with that blood sugar from spiking. It's gonna prevent it from spiking. It's gonna give you stable energy, and it's gonna help you feel better so you're not done on the couch like a couch potato. So ginseng is great at managing blood sugar levels. I highly recommend drinking some ginseng tea every single day. Maybe you can even throw in some cinnamon in there. Okay, number 5 on the list, L-glutamine. I've talked about L-glutamine before. The cool thing about L-glutamine, it calms down the part of your brain that lights up when you have sugar cravings, carbohydrate cravings. It's very fascinating. I don't know if you knew this, but sugar is 8 times more addictive than cocaine. When somebody is addicted to cocaine, there is a part of their brain that lights up. This part of their brain lights up and it just sends them this intense signal to get cocaine. Well, guess what? This same part of your brain lights up when you crave sugar and carbohydrates. That's insane. That's why sugar is so addictive. But here's why I love L-glutamine. L-glutamine, when you take this on a daily basis, it calms the part of your brain that lights up for these cravings. So here's what I recommend for you. Every day, if you're experiencing cravings, take 500 milligrams of L-glutamine powder with water up to 3 times per day. And you could have that before your meals, or you could have it whenever you're experiencing these cravings. And I've seen it work just immediately. So I love L-glutamine powder. I'm gonna put a link for the one that I use down below. This is a powerful tip for you. It's one of my favorites on this list. Okay, I got 2 more tips to go. Remember, the last one on this list is the one that's gonna tie everything together, and you must master number 7 in order for all 6 previous items on this list to work for you. Before I move on, if this video has been beneficial to you so far, please hit the like button real quick, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe and hit the bell because I release brand new videos 6 to 7 times every single week. Onward. Sleep is so important. I actually believe sleep is more important than diet and exercise combined. And it's a vicious cycle because lack of sleep can affect your blood sugar levels, and your blood sugar levels can affect your sleep. And it's a vicious cycle. So when you are sleep deprived, you could have the blood sugar levels of a type 2 diabetic. When you're sleep deprived, you could have high levels of blood sugar and cortisol and insulin without actually eating food, without actually eating carbohydrates. And then that same night, you have crappier sleep because of the high levels of blood sugar, and then it's just a vicious cycle. So we gotta break this cycle by getting quality sleep. I'm gonna share a couple of tips with you in a second on how to get better sleep, but I really wanna emphasize how important it is. Sleep deprivation is going to increase your hunger hormone ghrelin. Okay, studies show when you are sleep deprived, you have more ghrelin. That hormone that comes out and makes noise, I always call it a gremlin, and tells you you're hungry, go eat. You have higher levels of ghrelin when you're sleep deprived, and you have lower levels of something called leptin, which is a hormone that tells you you're full, stop eating. Terrible. So it's all bad things. That's why sleep is so important. How do you get better sleep starting tonight? Well, I made a video, 5 ways to get better sleep on the keto diet, and you can watch that video by going to the links down below, the notes down below, and I'll put a link for that video, but I'm just going to give you a couple of tips here for tonight. Banana tea. Banana tea is a great tip for you to start having tonight. It's keto friendly, although there is a banana that's included with it, but here's how you make it. You grab a whole banana, leave the peel on that banana, cut off the ends of that banana, but you leave the peel on because the peel has more magnesium, more potassium, more of these micronutrients than the actual banana itself. You boil that banana with the peel on for about 5 minutes. All those micronutrients are going to seep into the water. After it's done boiling, you're gonna pour that water, that banana tea into a cup, discard the banana because that's not keto, and you're just going to drink that banana tea. It is like nature's NyQuil. It's gonna help calm you down. So I highly recommend that. I also recommend taking a high quality potassium and magnesium malate before bed, because when you are on the keto diet, you're using a lot, you're losing potassium, you're losing magnesium, and those actually help you get better sleep. So I would do banana tea, magnesium, potassium, and the last thing I would include is a supplement called DREAM from Systemic Formulas, which has low dose melatonin and a lot of herbs in there that help you get better sleep. I'll put a link for the potassium, the magnesium, and the DREAM down below. Any one of those tips will help you get better sleep, and it's gonna help manage your blood sugar, which will help with your cravings. You see the link here? All right, let's move on to the number 7 tip here, which I believe is the most important one on this list. You gotta master your stress. Honestly, if you're doing all previous 6 tips that I gave you, but you're stressed out all the time, you're resentful, you're hateful, you're not gonna get well. Because love and gratitude, 2 of the biggest healers that we have in this world. And this section right now, this part of this video might feel woo-woo to some of you. You might be turning this off. Hey, I'd much rather be woo-woo and happy and healthy and successful than cool and unhappy, unhealthy, and unsuccessful. So faith and fear both demand for you to believe in something you can't see. I'm asking for your faith here. I believe loving yourself first is one of the biggest healers that we have to bring down our cortisol, because you could be stressed out. And here's a perfect example for you. Being stressed out will knock you out of ketosis. You don't even have to eat food to raise glucose and insulin. You could get into an argument with somebody and be stressed out, and you could test your blood glucose and ketones before the argument, and you're in ketosis, you have healthy blood sugar levels. Then you get into an argument, you get stressed out, you test your blood glucose and ketones again, and you'll be knocked out of ketosis, because when you're stressed out, cortisol goes up, which is your stress hormone. Do you know what follows? Glucose and insulin. And when glucose and insulin follows, ketones go down. So when you're stressed out, you're knocking yourself out of ketosis without even eating food. Terrible, I know. So love yourself first, love other people secondly, and practice gratitude. There's always something to be grateful for. I don't know if you knew this, but 150,000 people die every single day. So if you're watching this right now, you're alive, you're breathing, you could hear me, you could see me. That's something to be grateful for. So whenever you find yourself stressed out, immediately grab a pen and paper and write down what you're grateful for. You're gonna find yourself shift in energy, and it's gonna help with those sugar cravings. I promise. I've seen this work over and over. Another thing you can do to manage stress, deep breathing. You wanna put your hand on your stomach, deep breath in, deep breath out. You wanna push your stomach out as you take a deep breath in. That activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which is your vagus nerve. It's great. You want to activate that vagus nerve. You could also gargle water. It also helps activate your vagus nerve, and splash cold water on your face. That also activates your vagus nerve. Meditation, there's an app, Headspace, and other apps out there, or it could just be you sitting in a chair and breathing for 10 minutes or something like that. Outdoor hobbies, going for a walk, doing something you enjoy, going for a swim in the ocean, doing things you enjoy to help master stress. I'm telling you, if you could master this, everything else on the list is going to be that much more effective for you. I want to know, out of these 7 tips that you just watched me display on this video, which one resonated with you the most? Was it the cinnamon, the cloves, the fenugreek, the sleep, the stress, the L-glutamine, the part about the cocaine and the sugar? What was the most resonating part of this video? Put it down below, comment. I make sure I read all the comments. By the way, let's get to the YouTube comment of the day. This comes from M. Felgen. He says, Ben, without a doubt, you are one of the best resources for health information on YouTube. Excellent content, which is well documented. Your timestamps are a huge plus also. Well, M. Felgen, I really appreciate that. Thank you for the acknowledgement. I receive it with open arms. We do spend a lot of time on the notes and the timestamps of every single video. So if you are not in the habit of exploring that, go and explore it. We have a lot of great resources down below. and I appreciate the acknowledgement because we do spend time working on that. I respond to every comment. I read every comment here on the Keto Camp YouTube channel, so go ahead and put a comment, put a question. I will get to it. I will respond every single comment, I promise you. If this video was helpful, hit the like button if you haven't done so already. And if you're not subscribed to this channel, we are the exclusive channel for all things keto, fasting, longevity, and performance. Subscribe, hit the bell. I want to thank you for spending part of your day with me, and you will see me on the next video.